Hello, Cynthia. How are you?
Oh, Martha, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Ready to start this podcast, episode one, uh, of our amazing season first of Envinate con Latinas Wine Club.
I love it, Martha. I am here to go forward. It's definitely time.
Yes, Cynthia. Envinate is a Spanish word that translates to wine yourself. So we are so excited to finally make this happen, Cynthia. We planned it for years.
Yes. And everything comes together. In Vignate, say the word again, Martha.
Envínate.
Envinate. I love it. And I'm going to be saying it all the time now. But it really is a chance to stop, to come together. Envinate. I love it.
Yes, we're actually gonna improve our Spanish, Cynthia.
Yes.
We here in Latinas Wine Club, we love to mix the Spanglish and learn from each other. Okay, so this podcast has two segments. The first one is gonna be Sabores del Viñedo. And we're gonna speak about some educational content, but very, very in the Latina wine style, Cynthia, right?
Yes, Latinas Wine Club really is a chance. Um, uh, we come together, we learn from each other, and our style really is laid back, but it's sharing great information that we can use and take with us. So
Yes,
that's our
yes,
style.
yes. Conversational style, easy, relaxed, laid back, and we all learn from each other. We are not pretentious here, like we are not snobbish here, like we are not like that here, Cynthia.
That's right. And you correct my Spanish, Marta, because I want to make sure I say those words right. And it's out of respect. So I know it comes from a place of love. So
Of
thank you. And
course,
I love
of
learning.
course.
So thank
Yes,
you.
it's the most welcoming community. English is not my first language, so please cope with my pronunciation as well. And here in Latinas One Club, we are a supporting community, and I am so happy that we all thrive with our um, challenges.
I really believe everyone has something to bring to the table, even if it's just an open heart to learn, take some notes. Everybody brings their own resources, their own support to the table. So thank you.
Indeed. So let's focus on our topic of today, and that is old world wines versus new world wine.
That's great, Martha. I'm excited. I came into wine just thinking about wine. I did not realize there were these two major regions, and it's one or the other. And so just learning through Latinas Wine Club about the styles of Old World and New World.
Yeah, Cynthia, that's something very important, and we're starting here in this episode with just the basic. If you have to know anything about wine, is that in the world of wine, there are many acronyms and many classifications that for a wine lover that it's like a newbie, it's like new wording, right?
Yeah.
So it's a lingua and we have to get used to using those words. So, all world wine or wine regions, all world wines refer to the wines that are made and produced in the wine regions that are primarily located in Europe and in the Middle East. Of course, those countries have a long history of winemaking and it dates back to centuries. Can you mention some of the old world wine regions, Cynthia, that comes to your mind?
Well, actually, I learned from Latinas Wine Club in one of our first classes, the old world, the from Bordeaux, from France, learning about the Italian region as well. And recently, we've started to study some of the Middle East, so that's been exciting.
Yeah, Cynthia, you mentioned something very important, and I think many of the people that is listening to through YouTube may not be familiar with the wine school. Can you give us kind of like an overview? What is the Latinas Wine Club Wine School?
So, when we talk about wine school, it is an opportunity for us to come together and get a great overview, a great region. Wine school is usually broken down into a theme, and it's usually a region. And in that area, we get to discover the style, the area. There is history, and that's one of my favorite parts to learn about is the history of the region, studying their varietals, how that climate impacts their winemaking and their winemaking styles, and very an opportunity just to come together and learn about this region and discover. We always get like a little wine list or a suggestion to go ahead and try. And we do get a chance to come together, sit around the glass and discover a new region, a new style. My favorite part is that we get to leave with homework. And it's
Yes.
really fun to see our amigas in the class do the pairings, learn about some of the region, discover a wine, and post about something they may not have tried before. So it is a little bit about stepping outside your comfort zone, but you do feel more confident after taking wine school and learning about your region. I think that's been one of the biggest or learning parts about Latinas Wine Club that I have been taken from.
Yeah, Cynthia, just to summarize what you perfectly explained, the wine school are virtual events that Latinas Wine hosts during the year. We normally host like 4 to 6 events during the year, and you can subscribe into the Eventbrite platform to receive our updates when the classes are announced. Please go to latinaswineclub.eventbrite.com and you can follow us there and receive the updates. Of course, during the virtual class, it's an hour duration, and we're very respectful of your time. We see the history, the climate, the grape varietals, and as Cynthia mentioned, we live with homework. It's the most fun homework ever, Cynthia, definitely. And all the calendar for Wine School 2025 is also available in our social media channels. We are available and we always share content with you on Instagram and Facebook. Our social media handles are Instagram.com/Latinas Wine Club and Facebook.com/Latinas Wine Club. So definitely follow us there, so you can learn together with us more about the different classes that we share during the year.
Martha, I really like the style. I know that you bring that education to the platform and sharing about it. And I'm just kind of casual in learning, and I have learned so much from wine school. And I know I'm a better drinker. I go to the store. I know the regions. I understand how they're organized. So I learned all of that through wine school. So thank you. Thank you for leading those wine school classes.
Thank you, Cynthia, because people has to know that since last year you also become an instructor, and that's amazing. I remember that you delivered the Wines of Texas class, so that was a highlight for you.
It really was, Marta, to be able to speak with confidence, follow the Latinas Wine Club, wine school model, and just share about something that I was passionate about, and it's those wines from Texas. So I really did appreciate the opportunity to share, and we had a great wine school that day. So thank you. It was during Texas Wine Month, so to share, and I'm in the new world. Texas
Exactly. Getting
world.
back into the point. I love
Yes,
it. Yes,
yes,
getting back into the point
absolutely.
uh, of our today topic. Um, Texas is located in the New World because we already mentioned, and just to recap, all world wine regions are primarily located in Europe and Middle East. And we touched some of the wine regions more in depth in the wine school. And Cynthia mentioned the New World. So, what is the New World? The New World are the wines that are produced in the wine regions that are found in countries outside of Europe and the Middle East, such as United States, Australia, South Africa, and all South America. These regions are known for innovative winemaking practices, and of course, we use modern technology and we focus on fruit forward flavors, and that this is something very important. You can you tell if a wine is old world or new world just by tasting, Cynthia? What can you tell?
I'm gonna say I will say I will definitely try, and I'm not always right, but there are some techniques, that they follow along. It's challenging, but there are some key points that you can take away from old world styles.
Exactly. For instance, um, an example that I always give during my classes. Let's take Pinot Noir. Pinot Noir is a very light to medium style of red wine. And if you have a Pinot Noir from Burgundy, you're gonna have this very light tones on your mouth that are not like very fruit forward. You have like mild tannins and kind of like a mild acidity. But if you have a Pinot Noir from Willamette Valley in Oregon, you're definitely gonna feel a lot of fruit. And what I mean is like you're gonna savor like blueberries and strawberries and everything bursting out of your mouth. And with that, wine connoisseurs, we meant to say that wine is more fruit forward. That the flavors that you have as you sip a Pinot Noir from Willamette Valley is that it's more fruit forward style compared to Burgundy. And both regions, Cynthia, actually share some of the weather conditions. They are both rainy and they share this cool climate. So kind of like growing a Pinot Noir in Burgundy and growing a Pinot Noir in Willamette Valley can have some similarities in terms of weather and perhaps in terroir, but of course there's many differences. And remember that we're speaking in a very high level. There are many more things that can affect the winemaking style to have the final product. But it's a very good example that the Pinot Noir from Burgundy and Pinot Noir from Willamette Valley can have a similar style, but you will definitely feel more the fruit forward accents and the jammy flavors of the black and purple and red fruit on a Pinot Noir from Willamette Valley. What do you think, Cynthia?
Interesting, Martha. I'm definitely going to have to pick up two glasses of Pinot Noir and to compare. But you're right. Just in some of the past experiences, Pinot Noir is such an easy, readily available grape to go ahead and to explore. And I really love the comparison. I can say I'm more used to that New World style of Pinot Noir because it's so available. So now I'm curious and definitely want to go and explore a little bit more from the Old World.
Yes. So just to give you more information about the old world wine regions, remember, are the countries that are located in Europe and Middle East. Some of the more known wine regions in the old world, of course, is France. And from France, we have the wine regions Bordeaux, Burgundy, Champagne, Rhone Valley, Loire Valley. And then we have Italy, of course, Tuscany, Piedmont, Veneto. We have Spain, Portugal, and Germany. And then some examples of the new world wines, everything that is in the United States, basically everything that is in America. Um, and North America and South America, it's considered New World wine regions such as Napa Valley, Sonoma, New York wines, and Texas wines, of course, Cynthia, Willamette Valley, Washington State, everything that is in Australia. Um, Barossa Valley, McLaren Valley, New Zealand, South Africa, Chile, Argentina. Um, any country that is worth mentioning from New World wines that I haven't mentioned, Cynthia?
Did you mention Mexico and
Mexico. Ooh.
yes?
Mm. No, Mexico, of course, Argentina as well,
Yeah.
Uruguay, that we have studied in the wine school, Cynthia, remember?
Yes. Yes, that was great. The New Zealand style, New Zealand wines as well. So yeah,
Mhm.
there's a lot there in the New World. Yeah, just a great place to go ahead to immerse yourself. So looking forward to that.
Exactly. So just to recap, today we talk about the old world wine regions and new world wine regions. And I hope you really like learning with Latinas Wine Club. We're so excited to bring this podcast to life. And please, please follow us here on YouTube, Cynthia, and ask your friends to follow us and share, share, share.
Let's, yes, definitely encourage and share, spread the word. Let's just come together. It's time to go ahead and, learn about these areas. Yeah, the podcast, I think it's a great place to start. You can take them in small bites and take it all in and come together.
Yes, indeed. Um, and please follow us on Instagram.com/Latinas Wine Club, Facebook.com/Latinas Wine Club. We are always sharing educational content so we can educate, empower, and elevate through wine.
I love it, Martha. Thank you.
Thank you, and I catch you up soon.
Hello, Martha. This is one of my favorite parts. It's where we get to talk about El Chal. So let's come together and, just gather and explore this little chal together. So really just a chance to see how we have wine in our regular culture, in our lifestyle. So let's go ahead and start. Tell me, Martha, how do you have wine in your everyday life?
Well, Cynthia, I really started drinking wine in my late 20s. And from there until now, a lot of things have changed. So right now, on my everyday life, I am a mom of two. Um, and my husband loves to cook. So on my everyday life, my husband cooks dinner, and that's when we really start opening the bottle and just maybe cooking with some wine, and then we have a glass before dinner, not like a full glass, just like two or three sips. Maybe we pour the full glass, but we have like two or three sips, and we're discussing like, hey, how was your day, and what we did, and what's next for tomorrow, and all that. Kind of like we enter in that safe space of what it is, our dinner and our connection time. And then like just watching him and like how he cooks and how he enjoys cooking for me is just a pleasure, because he does it very fast. Don't get me wrong. It's not like it's slowing down, but no, it's like he's cooking, cooking, cooking and talking and we're enjoying, it's like the conversation is happening, but it's like cooking, 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 cut. And he cooks fast. Um, so he's cooking, and then we give food to the kids, of course. Kids come first, they're hungry, and then we sit down and kind of like chill. We give another two or three sips for our glass, and we definitely enjoy it with food. I think it has to happen for me, on my everyday life. I really get the best notes when I enjoy it with food and the pairing. That's kind of like my way of enjoying wine every day. Of course, I am a wine professional. So I go to classes here in New York City, to master classes or to tastings, and that just different. I kind of like taste everything. I do not swallow everything. I spit most of the time because I have to come back to, working or like taking care of kids or whatever. So that's a different experience, but more common every day is like really enjoying it with food and with my husband in the, safety and comfort of my home.
I love that, Martha. I can definitely relate when you mentioned the kitchen. I also, when my kids were little, weeknights, getting those dinners ready and you pour a little glass, you're heating up the food and getting things going. And I remember, my tias, I remember the chisme in the kitchen, and there was always like a glass on the table, on the counter, as they were preparing, the meals, getting ready for Sunday dinners or our events. And taking that, being, you feel safe in your kitchen, you really do. And to explore, and oh, let me add a little bit of this wine, or is there a red wine open? Finding that. So it really is true. I could definitely relate. And there are times when my husband and I also go tasting, and he'll get a pour of a wine, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, you're going to love this." And so I know that's the wine I'm definitely going to sip and to savor and enjoy. There are other wines that I am learning to go ahead and just have a nice little sip of it and just think, okay, that was a nice expression. I got a chance to go ahead and try it. But it really is just a chance that we have to come together around food and to taste what's in our glass. I love that.
So is it similar for you right now, Cynthia? Like how is it on your everyday? Is it you're still cooking together? You're spending time together around wine? Can you tell me more?
I can tell you it's a little different. So, my kids are adults,
Okay.
and over the holidays, they were here with us, and I have really enjoyed drinking. They are foodies, they love to eat. And so, I really do appreciate that. They will eat, they'll at least try everything. They may not love it, but they will at least try everything. But also, the same goes with wine. They are both very good wine drinkers, they know what they like. Yeah, we can tell the styles. And so just being able to come together, even as a family, to taste the wine, I enjoyed seeing that because that's kind of how I was introduced to wine, was from my family and from my older tias and my grandmothers. And so, yeah, I do appreciate that part, being able to share and enjoy those meals and that time, as a child with my kids and with my family.
Oh, I love it. I love how wine is really a culture, Cynthia, for good and part of our families. I in different stages, but part of our families. That's beautiful, and that's how we enjoy wine. So we really want to know how you enjoy wine. So leave us a comment here or contact us on Instagram and Facebook and let us know how do you enjoy wine every day. Thank you for listening and please follow us.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.
As you're in Eventbrite, don't forget to follow us and make sure you keep track of the Latinas Wine Club Wine School calendar. Join us on March the 12th. It'll be a fabulous class on cava. We are so excited because Marta is a cava educator and she'll be leading us in everything cava.